All right, hey brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi. All right, if you noticed, I didn't send out any notifications that I was going to do this hangout. If you noticed, all right, for this reason, I just wanted to make a short video about this topic. All right, because this is a piece of crap. And by a piece of crap, let me tell you what I mean. Hold on a second. So, let me greet everybody real quick because this is going to be kind of my real video. Havorden Hadu Gudag, Havorden Hardu Gudag, Ola, Oi to the Bank, Vasas Los, Bonjamizmi, Kedu, Bawani Konichiwa, Nihao Nia Ma, Sani Banani, Jambo Habarigani, Assalamu alaikum, and Shalom. All right. Now, here's the thing. I want y'all to understand something here. And I want y'all to see something here. And maybe you will understand why I made the title what it is. Because this celibacy thing has got to be the biggest joke in the world. Understand this. These are the worst BAWs to be around, period. If you are a man, heterosexual, looking for a relationship, these women are, in my opinion, the most worthless women, type of women to a relationship. Okay, now the best women for the nunnery, if they want to be nuns. All right, but here is the problem with this. And let me start off by just saying this. Well, let me say one thing real quick before I get started. To all you brothers and sisters that can, y'all know I am setting up and gearing up to take a lot of stuff back to the favelas and stuff like that. And for the children here, I've still been passing some stuff out to some of the children. All right. And so donations are, my channel still needs donations. My PayPal me link is still in the description box. And if you have anything that you wanted to say offline, my email is also still in the description box. All right. So if y'all can, please look out for this channel. This channel still needs you. All right. This channel needs you like never before. And another special message. Any other brothers having trouble with their channels and the attack on their channels, I've been passing out information for legal representation because we have determined that this is a prejudicial campaign against Afro men. All right, certain Afro men. And we attest that Google, YouTube is allowing people who see us as competition to summarily destroy our channels. All right, in a way that is not seen with any other group. So I would keep an eye open on some of these bigger channels and some of these people shouting out a particular guy for whatever reason. All right, we're not even talking about agents. We're talking about evil backstabbers now. All right, I attest that the same thing that was happening in 2017 is being allowed to happen on Google and YouTube with their knowing, and they are striking and taking down certain Afro men's channel while leaving up for millions of viewers way more egregious channels with millions of viewers, way more egregious channels that they let stay on YouTube. I've sent some of the stuff to a lawyer. Okay, I've sent some of the things to a lawyer that I have found. The perfect case is this. I had a video called Adulterer Pastors Caught with Their Pants Down. All right. Now, there was absolutely no nudity that was shown. The video wasn't about pornography or nudity at all, but it was about how these pastors are going after other people's wives. The topic was to get on the pastors for openly committing adultery with their parishioners' wives. Google struck that for inappropriate content and nudity. Now, here's the problem with that, and I will mention again that the video, before it was struck on Google, it was brought to Facebook's attention because the video was linked to Facebook. Facebook actually looked at the video and found that there was absolutely no nudity in it at all. And what I did was I saved a screenshot of the Facebook note where Facebook apologized to me for actually taking the video down. This means that when it comes to Afro men, who I guess Google and YouTube will still refer to us as black men, not only do they allow people to summarily take our videos down, all right, but they don't review the videos and they allow people to just really strike our videos. Or the people reviewing the video, and this is much worse, because we are melanated or so-called black men, no matter what it is, they are summarily going to uphold their bots or whatever, or the strike, and not look at the video, or even if they review it and see that there's no nudity, because they get to pick and choose who gets to stay on YouTube, Google, or not. Whether they like your channel or not determines whether your channel stays up. So if they put black women as the reviewers to channels that are critical of the condition of the Afro community that has been created by black women who shows truth, understand this, who shows truth, who shows the statistics and stuff, they don't want that up there. They do not want proof that they are the ones that are our main adversaries and responsible for the degradation and the tear down of the community. All right. Either way, Google should be held accountable. Understand this. Google should be held accountable for this, is because it is their practices that allow such racism, even by the people of the same race. They classify truth as hate speech. Think about this. Another video that was struck was me being critical of the LGBT community. And that's not allowed at all either. While they could be critical of anyone else, shut down other people's businesses, shut down people's YouTube channels. So I've submitted that to an attorney. All right. And it's the same attorney representing Willie D. So if anybody needs that attorney's information so that maybe this could become a class action lawsuit, and we need to go after the people that has been attacking our channel, starting with the women that started this back in the day. Oh, and I still have the screenshots of their plans, how they systematically went through to take down and hurt the Afro men's channels monetarily. So I kept all the evidence on that. Yes, so it is backed up in screenshots. And we can hold Google and YouTube responsible for anybody that lost their channels permanently due to that. All right. Now, let me get into this. Speaking of Black women. All right. Understand this. These are by far. All right, we shouldn't be even be messing with these Black. One of the things that the more Black women that I come across, the more hope that I lose for ever finding any of them that would be decent and that stands up to us, that are dateable. Let's not say dateable, but wife material, meaning young. All right, hold on. Let's define wife material according to scripture. One, wife material according to scripture is a maiden. Okay, a maiden. A maiden means virgin. Wife material. Wife material also mean ones who could bear children that you and she can raise. All right. So this alone makes most Black women not wife material for this reason. Even though she could bear the children, many are thinking about taking that child away from the responsibility of the man through the Caucasian court system and putting that man on child support while they decide to raise that children alone. The fact that they want to decide, and they get to decide in this current culture of laws, means that people within the women within this culture are pretty much, unless they have some serious spiritual awakening, that they really, as virtue of being in this culture, are not wife material. So you got to look for the ones that has some serious awakening on a spiritual level. The other thing that doesn't make them wife material is if they have other men's children in their home that they are raising. They are not wife material. Meaning that if a woman is receiving child support from a child with whom she is raising by herself and did not give that child to the husband on a permanent basis, all right, the fact that she's getting child support means that the husband is still doing a husbandly duty, even if she's doing it through the state. All right. And what makes it worse is the child don't see that the husband is giving the mom money. Some know, but they think it's coming from the state. because the state goes into his pockets and give it directly to the woman. Now, child support does not go to the child. It goes to the mother. All right. And she can do whatever with it that she wants. So that's still husband duty. That means any woman receiving child support under scripture, if she engages in sexual activity with another man, she and that man is committing adultery. This is why our community is so effed up. And it really took me a while to understand that what these women have done is brought witchcraft and all manner of evil into the community through the child support system. See, you're not understanding. One of the scriptures in Deuteronomy is that if a man takes a wife and he hates her, as they say, and the wife leaves, she goes to another man, she then cannot go back to the first man. All right, I want y'all to understand that. She then cannot go back to the first man. All right. So that's one thing I want you to understand. And we're not even to the point of what this video is about. And this is sadder. All right. So here's the thing. This is even sadder. We're not even going back. We're not even, Lord have mercy. All right. So isn't Deuteronomy all right, hold on. Let me see. It's in Deuteronomy, the 24th chapter, the 3rd verse. Okay. And I'm going to go to, let me see. All right, so I'm gonna put it up here because I just realized that. All right, let me just do it like this. Let me just do it like this. All right, so in this thing it says Jenna is 34 years old, an up and coming blogger who decides to become celibate when her body count starts to surpass her age. Her goal is to find a more meaningful relationship instead of giving it up for the sake of quick pleasure. Okay? So, this is their version of celibacy. Okay? So, let's take a look at what the definition of celibacy is. Okay, So here we go. Let's look at this. While celibate comes from a 17th century Latin term for meaning unmarried, that's all celibate means. It's unmarried. All right. You're not having sex because you don't have a husband. All right. Today, it is used for all people who don't engage in sexual activity at the moment that they say they're celibate. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Understand this. I want you to read this. And many youth groups and religious organizations promote staying celibate until marriage. Why would they promote staying celibate until marriage? See, they don't promote virginity. All right, they don't promote virginity. Let's look at celibate under the street definition. To go without sex, either willingly or not, reasons include personal, religious, social, or bad luck. All right, we're not going to get into that. All right, celibate. Stop having sex until you meet someone who you think truly deserves it from you. All right. But these are the same women that still believe in dating. She became celibate after her last boyfriend only used her for sex. All right. They want to be born again virgins. All right. And so this is their definition of celibate. They are born again virgins. All right. And this is what many black women think celibacy is, that they have become born again virgins. All right. Now, let me show you something here. And then I'm going to shut this down a little bit. All right, let me show you something here. Okay. I don't know why that didn't come up. Go back, application. There we go. Okay, there it is. All right. Deuteronomy 24 and 1. And I'm going to use the King James Version, right? Because that's what most people use right now. When a man hath taken a wife and have married her, and it comes to pass that he find no favor in his eyes, because she has found some uncleanness in her, let him write a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand. All right. This is different from him putting a wife away. and send her out of the house. All right, let's look at this. Find no favor because they use uncoveredness too. And I hate people's footnotes. So I don't bother with them. They add their own stuff to them in footnotes. That's how a lot of stuff got added into Bibles. People made translations and then put footnotes of what they wanted it to mean. And this simply means, all right, so now understand this, and we'll explain what it means. And when she is departed out of the house, she may go to be another man's wife. Let me show you this footnote and show you how just idiotic these people are. And this is one of the things I hate about this version, even though I like how they kept the names the same, these footnotes. And they should, anybody, when they see footnotes at the end of anything like this in scripture, ignore them. Because it's somebody putting what they mean in their head, right? So when a man takes a wife and shall marry her, and it should be he finds no favor in her eyes because he have found a matter uncoveredness in her, he shall write her a certificate of divorcement and put her into the hands and send her out of his house. Now, this is why their footnote don't make sense. Proof that she is not a maiden. All right. Because this happens after they've been in a relationship for a while. All right. And then they use the word fornicating. Fornicating didn't exist at the time of the Old Testament because there's no such thing as fornicating. Period. All right. If they had sex with somebody, they became a wife. Period. There was no boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. That's why all this fornicating stuff come into. Taking on the European culture and stuff like that. All right. And we're going to go to Matthew 5 and 32 so that you can understand what that means. Now, and this is how you know this person is a fool that put proof she is not a maiden. If she left his house and went and became another man's wife, the fact that the woman that just left that has been having sex with a man can still be a wife. So wife does not mean that you take a virgin as a wife, right? But a woman that's not a virgin, she could be a wife or a concubine, depending on whether she can have children, depending on if she is wife material, right? So here's the thing. So 24 and 2. If she left the house and went and became another man's wife, the latter husband that hate her and write her a certificate of divorce and put it in her hand and send her out of his house. When the latter husband died and took her to be his wife, then her former husband who sent her away is not allowed to take her back to be his wife after she has been defiled. For that would be an abomination for Yahweh, before Yahweh. Or Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. All right. And do not bring sin on the land which Yahweh, Yahweh, is giving you as inheritance. I want you to understand that. All right. I want you to understand this. It is defilement when a woman, it is an abomination. It is an abomination. It is an abomination for any woman to continue to go between more than one man in a sexual encounter. All right. And I'm talking back and forth. Like she has 3 men. All these women that have all these men that she is sleeping with. One for the rent, one for the bills, one for this, one for that. All right. She has now made herself an abomination. And what did it say? And she has brought sin within, within our culture, community, and everything else. I kept telling y'all that she has destroyed us. Now, let's break this down. This celibacy thing. All right. These women always want to be celibate, right? Because they think Jesus, belief in Jesus, their faith in Jesus gives them their virginity back. All right. Here is the problem with that assertion from these clowns, or let's say abominations. The problem with that is the definition of a virgin. A virgin is a person who has never, and is not a person. All right. A virgin is a woman who has never had sex. So they're using modern definition. Let's see. A virgin is a maiden. All right, so maiden is kind of, so there's a whole bunch of words that were in Greek and Hebrew that they translated all into maiden. All right. And so basically, all right, so basically, so let's look at this controversial Bible revision about the virgin thing. And so what you have is in our society with Google and everything, okay, with Google and everything, virginity, okay, maiden used to mean virginity, all right, and virginity only applied to women. All right, So virginity only applied to women because of the hymen. All right. And so what happens is because we are so just jacked up that when you go, say, like to Google, all right, say, like you go to Google, right? And you want to know what something really meant in the past, you will not know it. All right, you will not know it. And it'll be hard to find. So a virgin is a woman with a hymen intact. A celibate woman is a woman that has been run through by everybody on the block. And now she's waiting for a good man to give the leftover to. So these are your only two choices that the average BAW want to give you. Someone that is run through, all right? Someone that has been run through, or someone who has trained their bodies to manipulate nature and natural affection to be able to control a man in a relationship by not giving him any. Do you know who you won't have that problem with? Do you understand who you won't have that problem with? You won't have that problem with these women here. All right, that's who you won't have that problem with. All right, and that's the problem. Now that we understand celibacy, but they weren't, and now that we understand that a virgin is a woman who has not known a man. In scripture, it refers to that as wife material. A woman who has not known a man. That means has not have had sex with a man. The reason why the BAW wants to push this celibacy thing is their Jesus, right? One, I kept saying that they always want us in the Caucasian person system. They want us in their spiritual system. That's the Jesus that they don't follow. None of the men that are wealthy, that are making a lot of money, that's in control of anything. Now they say they do, but none of them follow the tenements of their New Testament whatsoever. All right, they don't follow the commandments. All right, these women have one goal, and that's the control over the man. The woman that is best able to control this man is a woman that can do what the scripture says that a woman is never supposed to do, even by their own standards. Even by their own standards. All right, so let's go back to this King James real quick. I want to show something in this particular video. Look at this. You see the word divorce, right? Now, it has been said, whosoever shall, and you see it's in red letters. This is the Christian red letters. It has been said. So if it's in red letters, who's saying this? All right. It has been said, whosoever put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication. Wait a minute, a wife commits fornication? Well, then you must ask, what is fornication? All right. Saving for the cause of fornication causes her to commit adultery. Wait a minute, you have fornication and adultery in the same sentence spoken by their quote unquote guy? Whosoever shall marry her that is divorced commits adultery. What? Okay, so let's read this again. But I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, that means a wife can commit fornication, causes her to commit adultery. All right, now let me see something else. What does King James say? For the cause of fornication causes her to commit adultery. Okay, so if you marry this woman that is put away, all right. Now, here's the thing. I want y'all to see this. We just read the commandment that a man can give a woman a writ of divorcement, and then she could go marry another man. She could go be the wife of another man, not married. They changed the rules in the New Testament. Remember what we just read in Deuteronomy. You see what I'm saying? See how they played with this? In Deuteronomy, what you couldn't do is say the first husband dies, that woman could not go back. All right, the first husband gave her a divorce, right? She goes, finds another man. That man dies. She cannot go back to the first husband. This is saying something completely different. Y'all see that, right? All right. And so this is the state. This is the state of us. This is the state of us. All right. Our state is this, that the more I run across us here in the US and look at what the Afro women have to offer us, no sensuality, no nothing. When I look at all of that, with the understanding that we have always been betrayed by these same women. You can't blame any Afro man for talking to a non melanated woman at all, especially when they're bringing more to the table as far as a relationship than the Afro woman ever did of the modern generation. All right. They are bringing more sensuality. Oh, and yeah, you might need to be a little careful because they're still women. But at the end of the day, these women that are not what we are accustomed to, or not what we have been looking for at, looking to at first, are bringing more sensuality, more femininity, more peace, more potential for happiness and joy, and more significant submissiveness to the relationship. And what the BAW is trying to do is reclaim the glory that they lost after giving up all she had to the worst drags, thugs, and everything out there. And they expect us as Afro men to accept them as if they have no cat facts. You know, like the car that's all dolled up, looks like it's never been in an accident till you go get the car facts. Yeah, they expect us to accept that. And that's the problem. They expect us to accept used material as if it was new. And not only is it not new, but it's still crappy on the inside. All right. No repairs were made. They just went and took it through the car wash. But they left the heart of the car in tatters, still jacked up with the where they didn't replace the engine. They didn't replace the transmission. They didn't do they bring the bad transmission, bad engine, bad oil pump, bad everything. They don't even clean out up the inside good. They just wash the outer body, throw some new rims on it, jewelry, and that's it. The old jacked up paint that was on it of all them little symbols that you want to put on there. My son graduated, all that stuff is still on the car, tattoos. It can't even be taken off. All right. So they real make no real changes. What they do is they just take, hold on, they take intimacy out of the equation only for the good man, because as soon as the thug comes by, they're getting it. Oh, and they're not truly that celibate because they got toys at home. So who is stupid enough to fall for that? All I can say, brothers, brethren, is we need to wise up to the game. We straight need to wise up to the game. All right. We need to wise up to the game because At the end of the day, these women care nothing about good men. They're trying to push an image that they do not have, and then that they are a good, wholesome person. And as I said, as we just read in Deuteronomy, they're even worse than that. These women that kept going back and forth between the same two men in scripture are referred to as an abomination. No abomination is worthy of wife material to any of us. The best thing to do is get your passport, leave here, go to Mexico, go anywhere and get a woman from anywhere else or in any other community but this one. If the Oriental community fits you, go there. But I'm tired of all these D police that run around talking about their Hebrews. All right. I'm tired of all these D police running around talking about their Hebrews. And they deny let me see, who we are supposed to or not be with. All right. I want to find one more thing before I shut this down. Or is it 7? All right. It's Deuteronomy. I want to show y'all something real quick. And I would like to dedicate this next clip to the so-called Hebrew Israelite D police that keep coming to my channel. I hope that dude is in here now. Let me see. Hey, what's up, USNC, man? Hey, Friday, I'm coming that way. Definitely. Positive, no, Friday or Sunday, I'm coming that way. What's up, Young 24, Backwoods Rider, Be the Great B Daniel, hey, what's up in the house? What's up, Eli Israel? Um, no, this dude isn't in here. I want to show y'all something, but hopefully he'll look at it. Because I'm tired of these dudes. All right, we are to pick for wives any woman that agrees to our terms and our leadership as we decide to follow the commandments and our moral compass for a community. Period. Of the people that were laid out in scripture that we were not supposed to pick, they are these groups. When Yahweh, or Yehovah, however you want to say it, your Elohim brings you into the land which you go to possess. He shall clear away many nations before you. The Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, the Canaanites. So Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than you. Can y'all tell me what those nations have in common? If you said they were all black, ding, 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 you win the prize. So all these nations are all black. And we use the word black because these dudes ain't want to understand. All right. Now we go to Ezra. And let's go to 9. Again, and when these matters had been done, the leaders came saying, the people of Israel and the priests, the Levites, have not separated themselves from the people of the lands as to their abominations. And that's why we don't mess with them. Understand this. These are the groups: the Canaanites, the Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, Ammonites, Moabites, Mizrahites. All right, y'all know the Mizrahites are the Egyptians. Those are who we know as the Egyptians. The Amorites, right? These are all the people that we are not supposed to be with. All right. Why? Because they commit abominations. For they have taken wives and their sons. All right. So we brought the men and their women into the thing, and we started to follow their abominable ways. What I am saying is these now so-called newly celibate women that have been out 304ing around the whole neighborhood, and now they want to get control of their body so that they can manipulate a good man. All right. So, because here's the thing, in the minds of these jacked up, abominable women, they are thinking that their stuff is still good and that they need to find a good man that's worthy of them, while not realizing they're not worthy of that same good man. For the brothers that's really holding it down, none of these celibate women that think that their stuff is really that worthy, none of these celibate women are worthy of us. Period. They're upset because they see men getting with women that are not celibate, even the good ones. But our key is, are they repentant and are they going to follow us? We choose who we like. All right. It ain't about their cat facts or their newly cat facts. They think they can wipe it clean. All right. If you come into us with children, you're off limits. All right. If you're an old flame, then you went out there and you got with some other dude. All right. But you knew that like say me, I was able to take care of you and this, that, and the other. And then you want to come back to me because it didn't work out with the other dude. No, can't take it back. All right. These women think that's hard. No, it's not hard. It's fair. Not only is it fair, it is just and it is righteous. Because it's the reason why they run around and do all the wickedness that they do. Because they could go back to the same fools, because they don't know the word. They can go back to the same fools over and over again, back and forth, back and forth. And it has created abominations within the lands. The very people that we're not supposed to be messing with, if you look at this, look at all these ites, they're all melanated. Every last one of them. The other thing they have in common is they were committing abominations. Well, that means then these celibate black women that are melanated committing abominations fall in the same group as these groups that committed abominations that we are not supposed to take as wives. The American black woman belongs to the Caucasian system. And only the wicked in their mind, and I'm not even going to say naive, because when you go and you believe what somebody else told you, and so you twist these writings to suit not what they're telling you, but to suit the doctrine that the guy you support, then you are just as wicked as the guy giving the doctrine. All right. I'm going to just leave that one up. So these dudes want to stay clowns, let them stay clowns. But it's a sad, sad shame. Really. It is a sad, sad shame that these dudes can't see the truth. All right. So let me just go here real quick. All right. So here's the thing, y'all. As I leave y'all with all of this, as long as I can, I'm gonna still put hold on for a second. All right, as we got a troll up here. I'm gonna just get rid of him real quick. All right, so this Jesse Lopez character. All right, so don't worry about him. I just deleted him. All right. That's long enough for him not to be able to. I just blocked him from commenting. All right. So, with this said, people, all right, I'm about to be out. It's the warning, man. And warning comes before destruction. We're looking at our destroyers. All right. We are looking at our destroyers. It is our own, as we say, it is our own, but these aren't our own. They're not our women. They don't belong to us. They belong to the system. Our women, to know it's our women, one, If a woman isn't with you, then you don't have a woman. 2, our women. When we say our women, we're talking about the woman that agrees to follow the same morals that we do, with us leading. All right. If they're not following the same moral compass and they don't want to be with us because of our morality, then that's not our women. So understand it. They are not our women if they do not want to be with us in our morality. If they don't want us to be the head over them, brothers, if you're single, then they're not our women. Period. If all you know was treachery and mess through them, they're not our women. All right. Period. They are not our women in any sense of the word, our women. All right. So, with that said, people, I'm out and I might be back later on with another. All right. I got to check on the university, make sure they got my stuff. All right. And so I'll holler at y'all. And some of this, it was in my head. And this was the quickest way to make a video while it was in my head. All right. And so, and don't forget, y'all, we still need donations. I'm trying to build this stuff up now so that so I can start ordering stuff now that I need to take. One of the ideas that I had in closing is this, that I'm taking shoe polish down there and I'm gonna show them guys how to really shine some shoes. And so we're gonna sit down. I'm gonna take me an old pair of shoes. We're gonna sit down and shine some shoes, basically, right? And so that's the other thing I want to do is take some kiwi shoe polish down there so that because they make some money out there, but we want them to be able to compete, right? And so that's the other thing. Help other brothers, other young brothers get a leg up by not having to commit to the gangs, the drugs, and drug selling, and being part of the banditos, as they say. All right. They say children change a lot of that. We want them to be able to make enough to be able to provide. And these are young fathers, teenage fathers, right? That's trying to provide. All right. Here's the other thing though. And let me say this. The channel needs the money because the guys that's on the streets I'm taking care of. The NGO is taking care of the children that's going into the school there, right? So the NGO is getting money from me and other people. The guys on the street, they're not getting seen by anybody but me. All right. The guys at the airport that you saw me eating pizza with, they have nobody but me. All right. So that's why I'm dividing up what we do for the channel. All right. The people that's doing stuff for the channel's going to be devoted to the people that's not going to be served by the NGO. All right. And so, and that's basically it. So what I want us to do is to share the GoFundMe. Hold on. Let me get that real quick. I want us to share the GoFundMe. What I want us to do is to get it outside of us. All right. So I want donations donated to the channel by us so that we men can take care of because what's happening is we're donating to the GoFundMe, but I'm not going to be able to, the real gangsters, the real people running around with the guns. All right, I'm not going, if we donate all of our, us to the GoFundMe, we can't split it up because we don't get enough as it is, right? The only thing I get is from a few of you brothers. All right, we want to get the GoFundMe outside of us and share it so that we can get other people but us involved in the NGO. Because I know they're going to want to get involved in the NGO. They're not going to care about the young brothers that's in the street that might be carrying the weapons to fight the police in those pitched battles, right? No, we're trying to bring peace to those brothers, a way out to those brothers. The NGO doesn't think about them. The NGO is dealing with the smaller children, but there's a lot of things that you need to get into the NGO that these guys that's in the streets is they're not going to have. All right. So I hope y'all understand that. Okay. And so basically, right now, for the guys in the street, we need the donations the worst. Because right now we have zero for them. All right. And so we have zero for them, but we have money for the NGO. All right. So we need to build up the money for the guys in the street to get them out of the street. And the people in the street to get them out of the street, the teenagers that's in the street to get them out of the street, and the soccer balls to give some of them hope. And hopefully maybe they might become, good enough to be on somebody's national team, right? So that's the GoFundMe for the NGO. And in my description box, you have my PayPal me link. So basically, that's what we're working with. All right. So I don't want to sacrifice what I'm doing for people who are not being seen at all. For the NGO has been in the news and a lot. They still need more because they're getting bigger and they need to move the children to safety, right? And then I'll deal with the streets myself. All right, because that's not their thing. So basically, and I might have some brothers, a brother or two. I got to be careful of how I do that. But I'll deal with the streets myself, right? So basically, that's how this is. All right. So peace, love, and soul, everybody. I'll be back later. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for stopping by. All right. I'm out.